Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Rosa Maria. Today I have a great, easy, simple project that everyone can work, and I'm going to show you as I adjust my camera. This is a very simple, easy sewing project for beginners. As you can see, it has a pocket. It has a printed fabric here in the front and also at the back. And this is a great project because especially if you want to decorate your table, you can use whatever fabric, especially if you're going to be celebrating certain holidays, so you can make it festive. You could use a Christmas fabric. You could use even Valentine's fabric, whatever that interests you. But again, this is a very simple, easy, quick project to make. Tools and materials you're going to be needing for this sewing project. You'll be needing a fabric of your choice. That's going to be the pocket. You need another fabric, what's going to be the front and the back. And you're going to be needing some fusible interface, a friction pen. You can use a pair of scissors or rotary cutter, a bone folder. You can use either sewing pins or a fabric clips, and a coordinating thread of your choice. You're going to start cutting out your fabric pieces. The first piece you're going to cut out is for the pocket, and the size you're going to cut out is 5 inches by 12 inches. And if you're using centimeters, is 12.7 centimeters by 30.48 centimeters. So that's one piece for the pocket. The next piece you're going to be cutting, you'll be needing 2, of course, and this is going to be the front and the back. And the size you're going to be cutting, of course, is 5 inches by 10 inches. If you're using centimeters, is 12.7 centimeters by 25.4 centimeters. The next material you're going to be cutting is your interface, just one piece. Remember, you're going to be cutting also 5 inches by 10 inches. And centimeters, 12.7 centimeters by 25.4 centimeters. So you just need one piece for the pocket, 2 pieces for the front and back, and just one piece for the interface. So the next step is make sure that you iron your fabric very well. Once you iron it very well, we're going to take the printed side and we're going to face it down. And then of course we're going to take our fusible interface. This side has a shiny side, or you could have a sticky side. If you're not sure, look at the instructions in back of the bag that you received the material from. So I'm going to make sure that the sticky, shiny side is facing down. And I want to make sure that it's aligned. Once that's done, then I can start to give it a nice, good iron. Once you give it a good iron, I'm going to turn the fabric, making sure that the printed side is facing up. And then I'm going to also pass the iron over it. I just want to make sure that any wrinkles, any lumps, it's not being shown on the fabric. Okay. So look how nice it's starting to look. So I'm going to put this aside, and then we're going to take, of course, our pocket piece. I'm also going to give it a good, nice press, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to just fold it in half. And once I have it folded in half, I'm going to take my iron and give it a good press. And by giving it a good press, I am making sure that the side here is nicely even and flat. And then I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to top stitch here across. So let's go to the sewing machine to top stitch. Okay, so we're here at the sewing machine, And now I'm going to top stitch. I just want to make sure that I have the foot presser right against the line of the fabric here, so everything will be nice and even when I'm stitching across. Back stitch. So now that we finished top stitching here, so now I'm going to move this aside and I'm going to take the fabric where we iron on the interface. So now I'm going to place it here on top. Just center it from the end. Place it, some sewing pins, and then I'm going to secure the fabric together. Okay. So once you finish doing that, we're going to go back to the sewing machine because we're going to stitch here all the way down, go across, and come back here. Back in the sewing machine. As you can see, I am trying to place a needle as close to the edge, so I'm kind of centering the fabric as close as I can here, aligning it with this footer here, this that you see here. And I'm going to start to sew. Back stitch. So as you can see, I finished stitching around, and then I'm going to take this piece of fabric. This is going to be the back. So what I do is I'm going to flip it over, making sure that the printed side is facing down. And then I'm going to start to pin it. But here, I want to make sure that I leave an opening. So where the pocket side is here. So I'm just putting the pin here. And another pin over here. And this is going to let me know that this is the opening. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. This is the opening. And we're going to turn the fabric inside out. I have some fabric sticking out here. So I'm just going to trim that. And then I'm going to take my fabric clips. And I'm going to start to clip the fabric all over. Okay. So once you have everything pinned, we're going to go to the sewing machine. We're going to start to sew here, going down, go across, come back up, go across, and then we come back here to end it. So let's go to the sewing machine. Okay, at the sewing machine, I'm going to start to sew. I'm going to remove the sewing pin out of the way. Back stitch. We're coming close. Now I'm going to back stitch, secure the thread. We finished stitching the fabric. Now I'm going to trim off those corners and being very careful that I don't trim off the threads. And the reason why I'm trimming those corners, it makes it easier to turn the fabric inside out and eliminate any bulk that we don't need. So I just now is to find the opening and turn the fabric inside out. I'm going to do it very gently, starting with this portion here. It's much lighter. Now that that's done, I am going to make sure that I tuck this little corner in. And when I do that, I'm going to give it a good iron. So once you finish ironing it, we are going to close this opening, and by doing that, we are going to start over here. We're going to stitch going down, going across, coming up, and we'll go around and we come back here to end it. So let's go to the sewing machine. So we're here in the sewing machine, and again, I'm making sure that the foot presser is aligned the edge of the fabric here, and I'm going to start to sew. Back stitch. So as you can see, we finished stitching. This is what it looks like. This is the back and this is the front. And then I'm going to just take my utensils and place them in here. Everybody has a different way of placing their utensil, which is okay. But we are done with our sewing project. I hope everyone enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you really enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and your families. And also on the description box below, I listed all the materials and also the link where you can buy it, and also the measurements will be also included in the description box. So until next time, bye.